Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena, folks. Chris Langell with the play-by-play of the second game of the 2025 Stephanie BOXALL National Championship. This game between Victoria and Queensland. Victoria on the home bench, Queensland on the visitors bench. Today's lineups, I'll go through those first. Hopefully you enjoyed that exciting game earlier between South Australia and ACT. 5-4 in a shootout. We'll see what this game brings us. The lineups for today. From Victoria, Michaela Peers, number 1, goaltender. Number 2, Bree Holder. Number 3, Brooke Skeen. Number 4, Ellen Anshin. Number 5, Poppy Kelly. Number 6, Tyleet Nelson. Number 7, Jasmine Major. Number 8, Simone Leach. Number 9, Briar Johnson. Number 10, Tess Wilkinson. Number 11, Pixel Wilson Allen. Number 12, Natalie Effenmoff. And number 13, Max Von Ruin. Number 15, Jessica Meggs, assistant captain. Number 17, Claudia Nuzamovic, the captain. I'll probably be saying her name a lot, so hopefully I'll get it right. Number 18, Gwen Troon. Head coach, Emma Poynton. Number assistant coach, Mick Costello. The team manager, Lindsay Buchanan, Martin Siniceros Alanis, and Jennifer Lomas, the trainer. Oh, that was a tongue twister. We made it through it. For the Queensland lineup, number 5, Charlotte Kelly. Number 7, Jasmine Gray. Number 8, Courtney Mahoney. Number 9, Renee Perry. Number 11, Sorrel Powell. Number 12, Crystal Golter. Number 15, Grace Duffy. Number 20, Kate Barber. Number 22, Jamie Goonan. Number 23, Abby Brown. Number 24, Amanda Dixon. Number 28, Lisa McMahon. Number 29, Georgia Watts. Number 31, Katie Meyer. Number 66, Kate Sinclair. And number 2, goaltender Alana Pierce. In the lineup today, Courtney Mahoney, the leading scorer from last year's tournament, with 7 points in 5 games. Sorry, I've been just distracted here by one of the officials. Yeah, so for today's game, we're looking for my apologies there. I'm just trying to get my notes sorted here. So Queensland, the defending gold medal team from last year. ACT did have the silver and South Australia the bronze last year. So should be a good matchup. Victoria always has a strong lineup. A number of players that play on the AWIHL squads, as do Queensland. So we're looking for a good competition for today's matchup, the second game of this tournament, as the two teams warm up for the start of this period. First period in the second game. Referees, officials for today's game. We'll look at it here. The officials for today's game. Just looking it up. There we go. Referee Sean Evans and the linesman Stuart Willis and Jamison Harris. 3-man unit for this afternoon's second game. And we'll get set for the opening face-off. As the teams just finish up their warm-ups, the horn goes. We're a little bit delayed behind schedule, so we'll get things kicked off as quickly as possible. On the camera today, Riley Langell. Cassandra Edwards running things on the production side of things. And some really frantic last-minute preparations for getting all of our IT equipment running and operating. So I think we've got everything sorted now, replays and everything else. So we're looking forward to giving you a decent quality broadcast this afternoon. No. As we get set for game 2 of this Stephanie BOXALL National Championship. Teams get set. At center ice, number 22 for Queensland, Jamie Goonan, faces off against number 8, Simone Leach. Starting in goal, get the starting goaltenders here in a minute, as Mahoney fires it down the ice, and that'll go for icing. She was just her side of center ice. In the Queensland net, that looks like number 2, Alana Pierce. And in the Victoria net, might be Jessica Meggs, number 15. Back down the ice, Mahoney, down the right side, tries to get it to the front of the net, deflected off the stick of the Victoria defender into the far corner. Back behind the goal it goes. Mahoney, she picks it up in front. Moving really well, takes the shot, deflected, and jumping on it for the stoppage is goaltender Jessica Meggs, I believe that is. I still waiting for her to turn around so I can see the number. If I get it wrong, I'll definitely make that correction. Face off to her left. Both teams make changes. Quick changes to start this game off, get everybody into the game. Won by Queensland, back to the blue line. Behind the goal. Reverses, tries the backhand pass to the front of the net. Slides to the top of the slot, out to the blue line. Picked up by Victoria, around the boards. They can't get it out. Again, kept in at the blue line. That's number 29, can't get it to go on net. Back into the neutral zone, the puck comes. Chipped. And back comes Victoria. They get the pass breaking into the zone. That's number 5, I believe it was, Kelly. She can't get her stick on it. Number 9 just dumps it deep. That's Johnson. Back forward is number 15, Grace Duffy. Picked up again by number 7, Mayer. And back comes Queensland, breaking down the right side, makes the drop pass, goes to the net, fired high and over the net. Comes back to the blue line, dumped in behind the goal, and a reverse picked up by the Queensland player Mahoney. She can't get it to go as the puck stuck to the ice. Can't get it out of the zone though. Back in come the Queensland player, 3-on-1, and scores! As number 22 for Queensland, Jamie Goonan picked up the loose puck. The Queensland Victoria player, got caught on a change. Scores! 3-on-1, Queensland went in, and she buried it. As you can see on the replay, opening goal, 3-1, or 1-0 for Queensland. Victoria, they're trying to get control of it on the blue line. They can't. Queensland getting into the zone. Back comes number 11 for Victoria. Behind the net, goes to the front, and that's frozen by Queensland goaltender. I believe that's Alana Pierce, number 2. Won by Victoria, backhand on goal. Puck is behind the net. It's stuck in around those gates where the Zamboni comes out. Sometimes it does slide underneath there. Back comes Queensland. carrying it over the red line, and gets stopped. That's number 28. Back into the zone. On the forecheck, Kate Barber off her skate, back behind the goal. 29 after it, Watts, Georgia Watts. She goes hard into the boards. Spun around onto the far boards, into the corner, back behind the goal. Watts, she picks it up on the half boards, takes a quick shot, and that goes right off the blocker of the Victoria goalie. Queensland putting a lot of pressure on. Off the skate, that's kept into the zone. Number 11, she dumps it up onto the wing to number 7. I'll get the names eventually as I go through the lineup. Number 7 for Queensland, Jasmine Gray, she gets it back to the defense. Up to number 24, up onto the wing. Here comes Mahoney, takes the shot, looking for the 5-hole. Good pad save by the goaltender. Mahoney, she picks it up behind the net, passes it to herself off the boards. Rings out to the high slot, takes the shot, off the crossbar. And that clears the glass for a stoppage as Mahoney, she swung high into the high slot and ripped a wrist shot. That fooled the goaltender, but not the crossbar. Fast-paced action here to start this period. Victoria, they can't get it out. Kept in at the blue line. Again, intercepted. Back comes Queensland. They take a shot, deflected. Into the corner goes number 12, Crystal Golter. Behind the goal, that's number 5 after it, Charlotte Kelly. She puts it back behind the net. Picked off by the Victoria defenseman. And back to the blue line. That's 12. She gets it across to the defensive partner, the assistant captain. Back deep into the zone. A battle for it on the half boards. Victoria, they get it back to the front of the net. Just can't get up to it. Number 20 for Queensland, Barber. Chipped back into the zone. And out of the zone. And back comes number 13 for Victoria. She dumps it in, takes a bump on the boards. Dump back behind the net. That's 23. Abby Brown picks it up, chips it up onto the boards. 3-on-2. Queensland coming back into the zone. That's number 20. Dumps it off to number 29, Georgia Watts. She just gets rubbed out of the play. Back into the corner it goes. Behind the goal. Watts goes back for it. She can't get it. It bounces dangerously close to the post. Victoria defending intensely. 2-on-2 in the corner. 20 can't get it out. That's Barber. Comes back to the Victoria player. Number 29, she can't get control of it. And back comes Victoria out of the zone. Crossing her own blue line. That's number 9. Over the red line, or over the Queensland blue line. Takes a bump on the boards. And back comes Queensland. Coming out with speed. She goes down. I think she just caught a toe pick there. Dumped into the zone. Two Queensland forwards on the forecheck. A little bit of a pick play there. Missed by the official. Back into the zone it comes. Victoria on attack. Chipped out of the zone. And down comes Mahoney. Down the right side. She's got somebody with her. 2-on-1 to the front of the net. Number 28 can't make the play. And that's Lisa McMahon to the blue line. Back into the zone it goes. Back for it is number 10, Tess Wilkinson. She gets it up onto the half boards, and back comes Victoria, just missing the outlet pass. Back down the ice it goes. No icing is the call as it's waved off by the lead official. Up onto the boards, Mahoney picks it up. She chips it to herself, and down the right-hand side she goes. Across the blue line, into the zone, makes the move. Off her stick and into the corner. She stops up on the half boards, chips it back to the blue line. Fired towards the net, chip wide, and that was deflected by the Victoria defender. Brings it back slowly to the front of net. Open shot, and off the goaltender's stick. She can't smother it. Out it comes as Victoria frantically trying to get the puck down the ice, and then it'll go back down the ice for icing as Victoria won't be able to make a change.
Could you pass that along to Chris? And that one for Cassie.
As coffees get delivered to keep us warm. Off the draw, out comes Victoria. That's number 7 with it. Gets it across the blue line, chips it in to herself and chases after it. Out comes the Victoria player, number 24. She can't get it out. Now number 7, Queensland, that's Gray. She gets it into the corner, goes down, back to the blue line. Quick shot towards the goal, goes wide. Kept in at the blue line by number 24, Amanda Dixon. She goes behind the net. To the front, puck sitting there, shot, scores! As that looks like number 9, number 8, Courtney Mahoney. She gets the rebound, just sitting there and buries it high again for a 2-0 Queensland lead. Mahoney looking very strong in this game, skating and shot. Face off back at center, 2-0 the score, 6:42 to go in this first period. Won by Victoria, just chipped up to the Queensland blue line. That was a big hit, number 13 in the numbers. And she'll go for, we'll see whether it's 2 or more. Definitely a hard hit from behind. An illegal hit call by referee Sean Evans. 2-minute penalty. Queensland coaching staff questioning that one. As Queensland will go to a power play for 2 or less. And the penalty to number 13, Max Van Ruin. Again, anybody that sees me at the rink, feel free to correct my pronunciations. I just do the best job I can. Off the draw, Mahoney takes the shot off the shin pads of the defender wide. Back to the front of the net, scores! Nice play to the front of the net by number 66, Kate Sinclair. Right to the stick of Watts, and she buries it.
29-66-8.
So that one scored by number 29, Georgia Watts, assisted by number 66, Katie Sinclair, and number 8, Courtney Mahoney with 6:20 to go. A power play marker to make the score 3-0 Queensland. Face-off win. Victoria can't get control of it. They get it back to number 9, Perry. She gets it back to her defense partner. Perry tries the long pass, deflected off the stick, off the flags. We saw that one blown down in the first game. Not sure what the rule is on flags. Back into the zone. Number 15, Duffy. She gets it up the boards, carries it, dumps it into the zone, and that's going to go for icing as nobody touched it, and she just didn't quite get to the red line. Face-off win by Queensland. It goes behind the net. All even. The penalty that just wasn't wiped off the scoreboard. As Queensland got that power play marker. Puck bounces back into the zone. That goes for offside. So Queensland carrying the play so far, out shooting Victoria 6-1, 7-1 now. Again, won by Queensland. They dump it in, rim it around. In pursuit is number 20, Kate Barber. Back to the blue line it comes, fired towards the front of the net. Picked up at the blue line, can't keep it in. That goes into the zone on the delay, and back comes Victoria. Trying to get it over the blue line. Back into the zone it goes. Fired down the ice, picked up by number 7, Jasmine Mayer. She gets it up onto the wing to number 6. Back comes Queensland. Now Victoria trying to get control of it to get it into the Queensland zone. Back forward is number 28, I believe that is, for Queensland. Picked up at the blue line, over the red, into the zone. Takes the shot. Nice blocker save by the goaltender. Back to the blue line. To the front of the net. Deflected. Puck is loose. As goaltender number 1 for Victoria, Michaela Piers, was scrambling. Back to the front of the net it goes. Queensland putting a lot of pressure on. Fired behind the goal. 4:05 to go in the period. To the blue line and out. Captain, number 17, Claudia Nusimovic. She gets it deep, but back comes Queensland. Chipped out into the neutral zone to the blue line. Victoria. Back into the Queensland zone. Long pass. Hits Mahoney. She goes across the blue line, makes a move, brings it in deep, circles back to the point, beats her defender, and puck gets passed back to the blue line. Number 15 picks it up, goes D to D. Number 7, she chips it into the zone to number 9, Breer Johnson, the alternate captain. She wins the puck battle on the boards, loses control of it off her stick, gets it to the blue line but not out, and back comes Queensland. That's number 28 with it, Lisa McMahon. She gets a shot on net as Mahoney goes down at the blue line. Some incidental contact from behind on that play. Face-off will come to the right, or to the left of Piers. Won by Victoria. Onto the half boards. Battle won by number 12, Golter. To the far blue line, that's number 23. She pinches out along the boards. Gets it to the front into the slot, takes a backhand right into the chest protector of Piers. She freezes it for a stoppage. And a face-off to her right, 2:42 to go in the period. 3-0 is the score for Queensland. Won by Queensland, back to the blue line, dumped into the corner. After his Victoria player, she reverses off the back of the net. Number 7 for Queensland. Gray couldn't get it, and out the puck comes into the Queensland zone. Back for it to the blue line. Golter, she gets it across to number 8, Perry. She can't get it deep. Victoria picks it up, chips it to herself. And that was a bit of a missed call, as the Victoria player did manage to get across the red line, but not in the opinion of the person that counts, and that's the linesman. Sinclair indicating where they want the face-off. It'll be to the right of Piers. Won by Queensland, back to the point. Number 24, she gets it on goal, right into the chest protector. And that'll go for a face-off again to the right of Piers. But Victoria will be able to make the change. Again, won by Queensland. Back to the blue line. High shot gets blocked. And down on a breakaway comes Victoria, number 17, I believe that is. Gets to the front net, scores! Number 6, Taylor Nelson picks up the loose puck and buries it. After the rush by captain, number 17, Claudia Nusimovic.
17.
That was number 8, Simone Leach, assisted by Claudia Nusimovic to make it 3-1 with 1:48 to go in the period. Back comes Victoria looking for more. Into the zone. They're carrying it behind the goal. Good defending by number 23 for Queensland. That's Abby Brown. She tries to get it to the blue line. Can't. Brown does get it out of the zone. 2-on-2. Nice play. Oh, and Mahoney picked up that pass and just put the puck over the goal. Now she picks up a rebound off her skate, fires it to the net. Another shot, and Piers has made some great saves on this play. 3 shots, quality shots in rapid succession by the Queensland sniper, Courtney Mahoney. Face off to Piers right. Scramble draw was into the corner. Victoria trying to get it out onto the boards. Bounces towards the front of the net. Tries the wraparound. Can't get it to go. That's number 29 after it behind the goal. Victoria just rims it around the boards. Kept in at the blue line. Back to the blue line it goes. Kept in. Victoria trying to get the puck out of the zone. They get it to the blue line. That's number 9. She swings it across to her teammate. That's number 9, Breer Johnson. Back into the zone to the D. Number 18 can't get control of it. Gwen Troon. She rims it around the boards. Up to number 9. Picked off by the Queensland forechecker. That's number 29. Up to the blue line. Over the line comes number 3. She just dumps it deep. Picked up by number 11 for Queensland, Serene Powell. And that'll do it for this first period. Frantic action. High skill, good quality work by both teams. But Queensland fairly dominant in that first period. Out shooting Victoria 14-2 and leading them on the scoreboard 3-1. Scoring in that first period opened by Goonan, unassisted at 13:01. Then Courtney Mahoney, assisted by Dixon at 6:42. Watts from Sinclair Mahoney at 6:20 on the power play. Nelson from Nusimovic at 1:52. Penalty to Van Rooyen. Hit from behind, Victoria, number 13, at 6:33 of that first period. 3-1 the score as the teams take a brief breath to catch their breath and give the coaching staff a chance to have a bit of a chat as to what they'd like to see an improvement on in this second period. Queensland skating very, very well. Hard on the forecheck, generally with 2 players in hard on the forecheck. Some good D-to-D work at the blue line and some well-executed tape-to-tape passes. Got lucky on a couple of goals where the puck just sat there and they pounced on the rebound and buried it. Victoria same on their first goal. Bit of a scramble in front. Nice play by the Queensland forward. I believe that was Leach to get it across, and Nimicevic got it across, and Leach Nelson got the rebound and buried it. So 3-1 the score at the end of the first. Both teams looking to come out strong again in this second period. Victoria will be looking to get a quick start and get themselves back into this game and reduce that deficit. As the teams get set for the start of the second period. It'll be the captain for Queensland, number 23, Abby Brown, up against wait for the goaltenders to get ready. Number 6, Taylor Nelson on the draw, won by Queensland, but Nelson comes in over the blue line, just avoids a stick, and back comes Queensland, fired off the shin pads of the Victoria defense, back behind the net. Brown can't get it to the front of the net. She's battling behind the goal, gets it into the corner, and that's Mahoney. She can't get it. Up to the blue line, into the neutral zone. Back comes number 11 with it over the blue line. That's Powell. Takes the shot off the shin pads of number 12 for Victoria, Efimoff. And that gets deflected back down the ice, and back for it comes number 11, Powell, into the Queensland zone behind her net, chips it up onto the boards. That hits somebody going off the ice. Gray, she gets it across to her winger partner, who then gets it up to Mahoney. She can't pick it up. It gets deflected into the Victoria zone deep. Back to the blue line. Not kept in, delayed offside as Victoria, they bring it out. That's number 5. She flicks it across to her teammate. I believe that's number 7 with the puck, Mayer. And back comes Queensland as they get it across the blue line. Kept in, that's Sinclair. Behind the goal. to the front of the net. Hard shot off the pads and smothered by the goaltender, Piers, for a stoppage. A couple close calls at the blue line on that play. Face-off win by Victoria. Up onto the half boards, intercepted by Queensland as there's a battle along the boards for the puck. View is obstructed by the linesman. Battle's ongoing. 2 Victoria players, 2 Queensland players in deep. Fired behind the net. Pinching at the blue line. That's number 28, Lisa McMahon. She does keep it in. Fires it behind the goal. And back on it is number 25, I believe that is, or 28 for it. To the blue line. Picked up and dumped in. That's Barber. She just backhands a weak shot in behind the goal. 29 in pursuit, Watts. To the blue line, not out. Good play by Goonan. As that puck went over the glass, I believe, into the Queensland bench, or hit the netting for a stoppage and a face-off back to the right of Piers. Face-off won by Queensland, pushed ahead Picked up by number 18, Troon. She rips it behind the goal. Battling for the puck, number 4, Anshin. Back comes Victoria down the ice. It's on the left-hand side. Fires it towards the net. Puck is loose. Off the toe. And a good save by goaltender Alana Pierce. Face-off will come to her right. Won by Victoria. Shot towards the net, deflected into the corner. Back to the blue line. That's number 18 with it. She pinches in. Goes behind the net. Amanda Dixon. She comes out of the zone. Loses control of the puck. Has to go back and circle around. Good pressure by Brooke Skeen. To the blue line. Out comes Queensland. Long pass. That's up to number 7. She goes after it. Chips it off the boards. Picked up by number 24. And she gets hooked up. Back to the blue line. Victoria will touch that puck. And that'll go for a penalty. That'll go to number 18 for Victoria. Gwen Troon. 2 minutes for hooking. Face-off will come to Pier's left. Queensland on the power play. One back to the blue line. Hard, low shot, scores! Number 8 with the hard wrist shot. A snap wrist shot from the blue line through a screen. And that makes its way into the goal. I'm the alternate captain, Courtney Mahoney.
8:29:66.
So that goal, number 8, Courtney Mahoney, assisted by number 29, Georgia Watts, and number 66, Kate Sinclair. 11:08 to go in the period. Make the score 4-1. And that'll go for icing. The puck was shot from the Queensland side of the red line. Queensland definitely looking like the stronger team at this point, out shooting Victoria 16-4. Face off to the right of Pierce. Won by Victoria, back to the blue line. Chipped out of the zone. Back for it comes number 12. Efimov. Oh, a little bit of a bump by number 5 there. Kept in at the blue line by Goonan. Fired back behind the goal. In pursuit, number 12, Golter. Picked up by Victoria. Out of the zone they come. Down the right-hand side, that's number 8. Chips it across the blue line to herself. Can't catch up to it. It's Queensland trying to get it out. Back for it is number 11, Powell. She gets it on the half-board. Chips it out to her teammate, who just tries to fire it into the zone and does, and will go for a change. That's number 5. Number 12 is coming off the ice. Back down the ice it goes, and that'll go for icing if Powell catches it. As Queensland had to be very careful at the bench and not get caught out on a too many player advantage. They'll go for wholesale changes. The face-off will come back into the Victoria zone to the right of Michaela Pierce. Won by Queensland. Back to the blue line. A weak slap shot. Goes wide. In pursuit, number 20, Barber. She puts it behind the goal. Picked up by Queensland. Fires it in towards the low slot, cross seam pass, a nice one. 29 just couldn't get it to go. She picks up the puck behind the goal. Pressure by Victoria. They fire it behind the goal to the far corner. Number 8, she chips it back. Leach. Puck gets centered to the front of the net. Hard shot. And Piers had to be sharp on that one as number 29 Watts turned around and ripped one off her blocker. Puck battle on the half boards. Puck comes loose, picked up by number 6 for Victoria, Nelson. She goes behind her net, picked off, and that's number 20 gets it to the front of the net. Oh, and Watts just can't get her stick on that one. Number 20, she gets it to the front of the net to Watts. Watts takes a one-timer that kind of bounced on her. And it looks like that might have hit the netting over the glass, and that'll go for a stoppage of play. Frantic action here in the second period of this second game of the 2025 Stephanie BOXALL National Women's Championship. 8:48 to go in the period. 4-1 for Queensland. Face-off won by Queensland. Backhand gets knocked away by the stick of the Victoria defender. She gets it behind the net to her defensive partner. That's number 16, or 15, Megs. Out comes Queensland. They've got a bit of a break. Back comes Mahoney. She strong on the back check, and she picks up the loose puck and comes back on her own. Gets it around the defender, off the feet of the linesman, back to Mahoney, in behind the net. She comes back to the front, puts it back to the point to Powell, under Powell's stick, and that'll go down the ice. And number 7 for Victoria, Mayer, in pursuit. Back to the front of the net, intercepted. That's number 5. She can't get control of it, and back comes Queensland. And they're just dumping it into the zone. That's number 12 after it, Colton Golter. Victoria trying to get it out of the zone, chipped it up onto the half boards, and that's going to go for icing. As 24 for Queensland, Amanda Dixon beats out number 5, Poppy Kelly, who can't go for a change. I think she wanted to go for a change. Face off back to the right of Piers. 7:38 to go in the period. Won by Queensland. Back to the blue line. Goonan gets it to the net. Into the glove of Piers. She freezes it. Victoria will be able to make a change. One back to the blue line, Goonan. She gets it and just dumps it into the far corner. In pursuit, number 18 for Victoria, Gwen Troon. She rips it around, picked off by 22, Goonan. Back to the blue line, that bounces over the stick. Kelly, she gets back for it. Victoria battling for the puck on the boards. Chip back to Perry. Perry across to Duffy. Duffy goes into the corner, gets it past the forechecking Victoria player, over the red line. She just takes a weak backhand to the blue line, but not all the way, not deep. And back comes Victoria. Goonan picked off by number 11. In on goal she goes, takes a shot. That's Willison Allen. And goes after her own rebound as Pierce smothers it for a stoppage. Face off back to the right, Pierce. Both teams make changes. Won by Queensland. That's 28 with it on the half boards, loses control of it. Picked up by number 22, Goonan. To the blue line. And that'll go for offside as number 6 for Victoria, Nelson, picked up the puck off the stick of Nisimovic and put herself offside. Won by Victoria. They get the blue line, dump it into the corner. Queensland, number 24 after it, Dixon. She can't get it out of the zone. A bit of secondary contact picked up by Watts. In she goes on goal all alone, takes the shot. Oh, and what a save by Michaela Pierce. As she throws out the glove and stabs that puck out of the air for a great save off of Watts, who was in all alone. Face off to Pierce left. 5:57 to go in the period. Queensland get it deep. Picked up by Victoria defense. They try and get it out along the boards. They can't get it out. And the Victoria player taken down, no call on the play. Over the blue line comes number 10. She can't get it deep. Back comes Victoria player, that's number 5 with it, Kelly. Dumps it deep into the zone. Chipped up along the boards. Can't get it out of the zone, that's Kelly. Battle along the half boards, just inside the blue line. Picked up by number 7 for Victoria, Mayer. She puts it towards the net, get deflected wide. Number 11, Powell, battling with the Victoria forward for possession, and out comes Queensland. The puck was chipped behind the net, up along the boards to the blue line and out into the neutral zone. Picked up by number 18, Gwen Troon. She chips it gently up along the boards. Picked off by number 5, who dumps it deep. And into the zone. Mahoney, she tries to chip it past the forechecker, number 4, Anston. Does get it to go to her defensive partner, swings it around to number 7. She gets it to the blue line, takes a big hit over the blue line. That was very close to being offside. Mahoney, she can't get the backhand to go. Back to the blue line it goes. To the blue line, blocked by number 12. Back into the zone as 22 took the shot at the blue line. Goonan, that was blocked from the pads of the defender. Back out comes Victoria. They're looking for an opportunity. It goes deep, deflected into the zone, so no icing. Chipped up onto the boards to number 12, and she gets it out. Back to the defense. Victoria, they can't get control of it. And out into the zone, that's number 3, Brooke Skeen, over the blue line. She takes it wide. Little backhand pass, it gets intercepted. Out comes Queensland. They just chip it out into the neutral zone. Number 8 back for it. Chips it forward to the blue line. Doesn't get over the blue line. And now comes number 11, Wilson Allen after it. Queensland trying to get the puck out of the zone. And it looks like we're going to have a hooking call against Victoria. Number 2, Bree Holder, will go to the box for 2 or less. Sorry, that's number 11. Pixel Wilson Allen will go to the box for 2 minutes or less for hooking and put Queensland back on the power play. 3:16 to go in this second period. 5 the shots on goal in favor of Queensland as they go on the power play. Face-off win. Back to the blue line. Mahoney back into Watts. Back to Mahoney. Bounces on her stick. Back to Watts. Takes the one-timer off the stick of goaltender Piers. Deflected into the netting above the glass for a stoppage. Good quick cross seam pass into the waiting stick of I believe that was Watts who took that shot. Or maybe it was Powell, Serena Powell, number 11. Face-off 1. In behind the goal it goes. Queensland. Out to Dixon. Dixon slowly back to Mahoney. Mahoney, she gets her shot intercepted, and down the ice it goes. And it looks like we've got an interference call or a check, illegal body check call. And is that against Queensland or Victoria? Number 9 will go to the box for an illegal hit. So Queensland on a 5-on-3 for a minute and 28 seconds. Towards the end of this period, face-off win. Back to the blue line. Backhand pass across to Mahoney. Mahoney winds up and fans on the shot. And Victoria fire it down the ice. As Pierce sets it up, Mahoney picks it up with speed. She comes down the left side, over the blue line, drops it off into Watts, I believe that is. Shot to the slot, and just fanning on that shot. Fired down the ice by number 4 for Victoria Anshin. Both teams will go for changes. Back comes Queensland on the attack. Makes a move at the blue line, gets it to number 6, Perry. Nice little drop. Shot blocked off the shin pads of the Victoria defender. Back to the blue line, into the front of the net. Nice little deflection. Puck was wide. Dropped off to Goonan. She puts it in deep, down low. Perry can't catch up to it. Victoria just fires it down the ice. That'll do it for one penalty. Out of the box comes number 11, Pixel Willison-Allen. Back down the ice comes Victoria. Over the blue line, into the zone. Kept in. And that's number 22, takes the shot, and that goes wide, deflected off a stick. 10 seconds to go in this power play. Fire to the front of the net. Oh, and that just bounces over the stick of the waiting Perry. And she can't get it, and back comes Victoria, number 11, fires it on net, off the pads into the corner. That's number 9 with it for Victoria behind the goal. Tries the backhand to the front of the net, gets there, but no one can get it on their stick. Good stick by Perry in front. 20 seconds to go in the period. Victoria frantically trying to get a goal here to close this gap. Back to the blue line, number 12, gets it over to her D partner, D to the front of the net, and stopped by goaltender Pierce for a face-off to her left. Frantic action there as Victoria tries to close this gap with 12 seconds to go in the period. Back to the blue line and picked up by Queensland as they swing it around the boards to the front of the net. Picked up 5 seconds, and that'll do it for this second period. 4-1 Queensland, 18-5 are the shots on goal. As Queensland definitely the dominant team so far in this game. And Victoria 18-5, as I said. I'm just waiting for the tournament namesake, hopefully to make her way down here for the start of the second intermission, making her way through traffic.
Is that muted? It's muted now? Why is it there? Why do we have it? Is it for when I'm... Is it muted?
So just waiting for, hopefully, Waiting for Steph to make her way down here.
Do I go around?
No, just come this way. Not an ideal setup here in the penalty box for the visitors. Here we go. You got to get in nice and close here, Stephanie. Joining me now, the tournament namesake, Stephanie BOXALL. Steph, welcome. And yeah, it's a pretty exciting action for that first game.
A good way to start the tournament with a penalty shootout. So yeah, we like to plan these things.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got a long career with hockey in Australia, triathlon, field hockey, cricket, footy, the whole gamut of things. What keeps you into this sport?
I mean, yeah, like hockey, I think I do play with the old timers hockey as well with the men in Canberra, and they've taught me like to love the game. And while my body can, like I'm doing what I can. Trying to build hockey in Canberra for the women as well, and like, taking little baby steps towards getting the A-Dub league as well. So yeah, it's kind of important for me to stay connected while I can.
How is that new facility? Have you played on it as of yet, or?
I wish, yeah. No, joke.
There, I'll get you set up so you can actually hear what she's saying. Have you played in the AIS facility as of yet?
No.
Have you watched a game there?
Yeah. I wish. That would be great. Obviously, it's very new, and the support from the Canberra community has been massive. So it's actually quite hard to get tickets. So that's really good to see. But yeah, it's all baby steps with hockey in Australia, and that's a really important one. And even though the girls, we haven't got to play there yet, but we can keep dreaming and supporting the brave for that.
Yeah, and so what do you think of the tournament, and what's it feel like to be playing in your namesake tournament?
Yeah, it's a really hard thing, and it's actually I don't know how to feel sometimes. I'd still be playing here even if I didn't have that honour. It's really nice, and but it is strange, and I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't change the way I play. And I do want to just turn up and be another competitor. But, it's a very proud thing, and I know it does mean a lot to the ACT ice hockey community. And so for me to be able to play at this, it's something I'm very proud of. But, it is a bit strange. Yeah.
I can only imagine. So what's it going to be like for you going forward? Still old-timers and maybe try and continue on the BOXALL for a couple of years until such time as you're told, no, Steph, it's time to give it up? Yeah.
It does get physically hard to keep up with the young girls, especially with the off-ice commitments. Like we do strength and conditioning, and old-timers, you just don't do that. Look, I have a bit of a dream to get a team from Canberra in the A-Dub League, whether it's under the Brave name or not. So I really want to, stay healthy and fit so I can be a part of that. That's a bit of a dream, and I don't know how many years that's going to take, but we do have the ball rolling. But this is an important step with that as well.
And is coaching something that's going to be in your future, do you think?
Look, I actually have not been involved in too much coaching with hockey. I figured if I'm going to hang out at the rink, I want to be a player for now. I do have an important role of mentoring some of these girls, including the coaches. We've got young coaching staff, like very new to coaching. I haven't gone out and got the credentials yet to officially coach, but I have coached with AFL and cricket. But hockey I haven't, because I'm still being greedy and wanting to play.
Yeah. I can understand that. I can understand that. Hockey is something that you want to love for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. And my involvement with our old-timers, that's obviously... those men are the reason I still play hockey. They're important. I've grown up. A lot of them coached me when I was a peewee. I get a lot of inspiration from them being able to maintain their health and fitness so they can keep playing. So, yeah.
So looking back on your career, if you had to pick, say, one moment that really stands out, what would that be? Can you pick one moment?
It's yeah. I mean, there's so many levels that I've played at. I mean, I can't go past winning gold medal with Team Australia, and was fortunate enough to do that a couple of times overseas.
And the inaugural captain, of course.
yeah. So to captain the team to a gold medal in Slovenia, I can't remember the year, but that was a huge moment for women's hockey.
2002.
Was it?
I looked it up.
Yeah, that would be right. And then we moved up a division, and that's quite special. It's also the ACT won the Joan McCown when it was in this format, and that was a really pretty special moment. That with Rocky Pageant coaching us, and we had Riley Pageant, myself, and a pretty amazing team, and to win. To show that ACT, sort of punch above their weight. So that still is pretty sharp in my memory. That was 2003, I think.
Yeah. All right, so that'll do it. I really appreciate you joining us and giving us your perspective on things.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty
go
good
for it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to Cockburn Ice Arena. This is Chris Langell bringing you the play-by-play of this exciting action-packed Game 2 of the 2025 Stephanie BOXALL Women's National Championship between Queensland and Victoria. 4-1 the score, 1 goal in that second period, scored by number 8, Courtney Mahoney, assisted by Watts and Sinclair. 3 penalties to Troon for hooking, Willison Allen for hooking, and Johnson for hooking, all to Victoria. On the opening faceoff, Mahoney, she breaks down the right side, takes it deep behind the goal, swings behind the goal to the high slot again, almost at an angle position she scored on in the second period, and puts it over the net. Fired behind the goal. Number 9, Johnson in pursuit. She chips it over to number 17, Nisimovic, up to the blue line and into the neutral zone. Back comes Victoria. She bumps it back to her defensive partner. Her defense it goes back behind the Victoria net. Looks like number 31 in goal now for Victoria. Katie Meyer behind the net. Mahoney, she puts it off the boards. Intercepted into the far corner. That's number 29 after it, Georgia Watts. She puts it around. Back to the blue line. Dixon, she can't keep it in. Barber, she fires it into the zone. Over the blue line, number 9 takes the shot on goal, Johnson. They try to get it to the front of the net. Behind the goal, chips it to the front. Picked up by number 11 for Queensland, Powell. She chips it up into the center of the ice, the neutral zone, Barber. She picks it up, dumps it deep behind the goal. That's picked up by Victoria, who tries to get it around the boards, and intercepted and kept in. Reverse cycle, back to number 28, to the front of the net. Oh, right onto the stick of Watts, and she can't get it to go. Chip behind the net, hits the referee, as he can't get out of the way. Behind the goal, that's Watts. She gets it to her teammate. Victoria having difficulty getting the puck out of the zone, and they finally do, as number 10 puts it onto her skate, chips it forward over the blue line, takes a weak shot off the pads of Goonan into the corner, and she picks it up, rims it around the boards. On it is number 7 for Victoria, Mayer. She can't get it to go. To the front of the net and deflected off into the corner. Goonan gets it up onto the half boards. Can't get it out of the zone. There's Victoria putting some pressure on now. And out comes Queensland. That's number 29 with it in on the goaltender, Meyer. She takes her first stop of the period to the front of the net. Good battle in front for that puck. Good defense by number 5, Poppy Kelly. She prevents an opportunity. 29, Georgia Watts just rims it behind the boards to number 12, Golter. Golter goes down out onto the wing for number 10. She's trying to get it through. She pokes it through onto the stick of the Queensland player. That's Golter. She dumps it in deep. Back forward is number 4, Anshin. She tries to get it out off the stick of the forechecker. Back into the Queensland zone, or Victoria zone it goes. That's Golter. She dumps it deep behind the goal. Number 5, Kelly after it, with number 4 for Victoria, Anshin. She picks it up and goes back behind her goal. Chips it off the boards. Can't get it past the stick of the Queensland forechecker. And she loses her stick over the boards. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, I think Golter lost her stick over the boards. And she's going to go to the box for holding. And a bit of a look of confusion on her face. She was trying to retrieve her stick on the Victoria bench. So Victoria will go for their first power play, looking to cut into this lead for Queensland. Face-off win by Queensland. They get it to the backboards. Can't get it out. The captain, she can't get it to get it out of the zone. Brown goes behind the net. Victoria get it to the front, looking for a deflection. Picked up just inside the zone, and out it comes. And after it, that's Mahoney. She's going in, beats one person, gets it past another, into the corner it goes. She takes it behind the goal, brings it back to the front of the net, fires it off the pads of goaltender Meyer, back to the blue line, but not out, as number 22, Goonan, keeps it in. Back to Mahoney, and Mahoney, she gets taken down as she breaks and tries to cut back to the front of the net, and that'll take away the power play advantage as Victoria, number 9, will go to the box for 2 or less. That's Briar Johnson. And they'll play 4-on-4. In case I lose track of time. Knock me on the shoulder when you have to go, because I'm doing the commentary too, okay? 4-on-4 for 1:12. And then Victoria will go, or Queensland will go on a brief power play. Back to Dixon. She carries it over the blue line. Knocked off her stick. Number 10 for Victoria, Tess Wilkinson. She can't get it to go out of the zone. Number 11 keeps it in, fires it towards the goal, off the skate of the Victoria number 4, Anshin. Back into the corner. Anshin battles for it with, I believe that's Watts, number 29. Reverse back to the far corner, number 24 after it. She makes a move, cuts back towards the front of the net, falls down, and it comes back down the ice as it gets swung out. Won't go for icing. Back for it is Powell. She stops up behind her goal, makes the pass out onto the boards, misses everybody back to the Victoria blue line. Picked off, that's number 20 with it, over the blue line. Takes the shot, nice block by the defender. As the penalty expires and Queensland will be on a brief power play. In goes Mahoney. She fires a shot to the goal and trapped under the pads by goaltender Katie Meyer for a stop. That'll be her third stop of the period. Good chance by Mahoney. Victoria goes for a late change. 32 seconds to go in the power play. This abbreviated power play. Sinclair takes it back to the front of the net. Scores! As Sinclair just put the puck on net and deflected in front. I'm not sure who got their stick on that. I think that might be the captain, number 23, Abby Brown, who got her stick on front of that, in front of the net.
23, 66, 8.
So that's 23 from 66. Make the score 5-1 on the power play. And Victoria really looking to make some inroads on this 5-1 lead for Queensland. Back they come into the zone. That's number 6 with it. She gets it across, takes a shot, blocked. And back comes Queensland as they chip it out of the zone into the neutral zone. In over the blue line, that's number 9 with it. She makes a nice move, takes it in deep, circles back, cuts across the top of the faceoff circle, cuts back to the front of the net, turns around, fires it towards the net. And number 13 for Victoria, it's Van Ruin, can't get her stick on it. And back it comes into the Victoria zone as they chip it up into the neutral zone across the blue line. That's number 3 after it, I believe that, or number 5, Kelly. She tries to get it deep, blocked on the pads of Perry. Fanned on the shot, fired towards the net, deflected into the corner. Again, Perry gets it, fires it down the ice. Will that go for icing? No, it won't. Number 9 comes back for it, Johnson. She picks it up behind the goal. Down the wing with speed, she cuts up across the middle, over the blue line, into the Queensland zone, takes the snapshot. Good pad save by Piers. Is Victoria putting a bit of pressure on here, trying to get that goal to close this margin, battling in deep. Poppy Kelly and Tess Wilkinson. Queensland, they get it out to the blue line and out. Now Watts, she gets the blue line and the red line, gets it across, picks up her return pass into the corner. She picks it up, chips it back, cycles it back. Watts has it in her skates, can't get control of it. Number 28, McMahon. Kept in at the blue line by Powell with a nice stick. Back to McMahon. McMahon, or 20, that's Barber. She dumps it in deep. Coming back to the front of the net. Powell, she just fires it on net. Chipped and deflected. Good save by Mayer. Back into the zone it goes. Cuts across the front of the net. Good play by Powell, I believe that is. Fires it back across the crease. Kept in at the blue line. That is Powell now. Number 28 just puts a backhand, McMahon, to the front of the net. Victoria trapped in their zone for an extended period here. Good pressure by Queensland. Back to the front of the net. Into the high slot, back to the far boards. Dumped in behind the goal. Tried to get it back into the slot. Picked off by Victoria. Pinches off on the wall, keeps the puck in. Bit of a battle on the boards, back to the blue line. Chipped in deep. Picked off by Victoria. Now they come down 2-on-1. Can't get it across. The puck just slides into goaltender Piers, and she dumps it into the zone. Back to the blue line. That's number 8 with it. Dumps it in behind the goal. Battle for it behind the goal. Back to number 9. Johnson, she dumps it in, takes it to the front of that, gets her shot blocked, picks up her own rebound, swings back to the blue line, dumps it back into number 2, Holder. Holder backhands it in deep. To the front of the net, just bounces around, but neither team can get their stick on it as it bounces off the skates, and back comes Queensland. 2-on-2, 1-on-2 now as they go for a change. Shot blocked. And back comes number 9, Johnson, over the red line. Gets it forward to number 3. She can't get it. Skeen, but it deflects deep into the zone. Blocked. And Queensland rips it around to the far boards. On the breakout. They can't get it out as it goes off a skate. 15 for Queensland picks it up. Duffy. She takes it across the blue line into the zone. Does get it deep. And it makes its way back out of the zone into the neutral zone. As Queensland attacking again. That's 15 with it again. Over the blue line. Has trouble getting control of it. Gets it to number 22. Takes the shot. Blocked. Back to the blue line. Again a hard shot. Shot on net. And Meyer has to be careful on that one. Is going down the right side. Number 23, Abby Brown, gets a shot away. Right into the pad for a stoppage. 3:29 to go in this third period. 5-1 the score. 24-7 shots on goal in favor of Queensland. Face-off win by Victoria. And out they come. That's number 13 in pursuit. She stops up. Can't get it deep. Number 18 keeps it in. That's Gwen Troon. Goes behind the net. In pursuit, number 13, Van Ruin. Puck gets dumped down the ice. It's rolling. And that'll probably go for icing. and it will. 3:02 to go. 5-1 the score. Face-off will come back to the right of Piers. Won by Victoria. Back to the blue line. Kept in, but chipped out, intercepted. And that's number 5 for Queensland coming back for it. Kelly. She goes in deep. Tries to get to the front of that. Bounces high. Right into the slot, onto the stick of the Queensland forward, but they can't get control of it. And out it comes as Golter gets her stick on it. Perry, she just chips it into the Victoria zone. Picked up by number 9, Johnson. She comes flying down the middle of the ice. Makes a move. Chips it back to the blue line. They can't get control of it, and out it comes. Number 5, Poppy Kelly goes back for it. She just dumps it in deep. Backcourt is number 11, that's Powell. She gets it forward. It bounces over the stick of the Queensland forward. Picked up by number 22. The puck bounces right in front of the penalty box area. Victoria trying to get it out, and they do, into the neutral zone. Strong play on the backhand by Goonan. Picked up by number 28 on the half board, so she goes after the puck into the corner. Gets pinched out along the walls. Battle for it behind the goal. 1:32 to go in the period. Rimmed around to the far side. Picked up by Dixon. She just dumps it back into the zone. 20 picks it up. Gets it forward to her winger partner. Intercepted, and back comes Victoria. They're happy just to dump it out into the zone. Ooh, and Meyer had to be careful on that one as the puck slid under her stick. But fortunately for her, went wide. Kept in by Dixon. Delayed offside, as you can hear the linesman yelling offside. Down they come as number 5 got her stick on that one to deflect it deep. 46 seconds to go. Chipped up the ice, so now they'll go back down the ice. Now they'll go for icing with 38 seconds to go in this third period. 5-1 the score. So Victoria hoping that they can get just a feel-good goal here towards the end of the game. They have been pretty much dominated by the run of play, although they have had pressure on at various times during this period. And when they have, Piers has been equal to the task. Behind the net it goes. That's 24 picks it up. She swings back, carries it out slowly over the blue line, just chips it up the wing to Golter. Off her stick, it goes deep. Back come Victoria. On the rush, trying to make a move. Breaks over the blue line. Number 6 with it, can't get it deep. Nelson, it goes behind the goal. As they get it to the front of the net, can't get it control. 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds. The puck comes out of the zone, and that'll do it for this third period and the game, as Queensland victorious 5-1 in this second game of the BOXALL tournament. Scoring in that third period, Brown from Sinclair and Mahoney to make the score 5-1 on the power play. 2 penalties, Golter for holding at 10:56 to go, and Johnson for tripping for 10:08 to go. Mahoney with 2 goals and 2 assists in that game. Watts with a goal and an assist. Nelson with the Victoria goal, and Goonan and Brown with the other Queensland goals. So, end of the game, 5-1 in favor of Queensland. 25-7 shots in favor. And with that, this is Chris Langell. We'll see you for the first game of the DeFreeze tournament starting shortly here at Cockburn Ice Arena.